Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We're here today with some more Road to Right. Today we're going to be testing. Oh, oops! I gotta use head of mind just so I don't get the echo. We're here today testing out our Solgaleo teams for VGC. So hopefully you guys enjoy. The title is bait. No, I legitimately. Okay, that's. I shit you not, Corey. I forgot to sign up by 45 minutes. I missed the window to sign up by 45 minutes. It was so close. So we're gonna do some normal road to rank today, which should still be fine. I can highlight it, obviously. It's still not a big deal, in my opinion. I'm just really quickly tweaking my lighting a tiny bit, because I don't like how this looks. This looks much better, actually. This looks so much better. And it's all minor tweaks. It's a small difference, but I like how this looks a little bit better, so we'll take it. But yeah, no, I legitimately missed the signups by like 45 minutes for the night. So we're here. We have our team. This is the team we'll be using. Shout out to Randy for it, as always, by the way. Randy's the absolute GOAT. If you're here, leave a like. I don't know why, but like, it's not just like, obviously, it's your opinion if you enjoyed something or not, but there's so many people who comment that say they like the videos, and yet I noticed in the Ursaluna one, actually, which is why I'm pointing it out. But I noticed that there are more comments on that about people who like Ursaluna or want it or enjoyed the vid than there are likes in the video, which is insane because the likes help out so much. I noticed usually it's when vids plummet is when they start getting like absurd view to like ratios. So leave a like on the stream if you enjoy it, and let's get started. I'm gonna really quickly actually start off by going over the team. So again, shout outs to Randy, huge shout outs to Randy for the team as always. But we're gonna do a quick team builder this time. Maybe I'll just start off all my red ranks from now on. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta register the Pokemon. Right. I gotta put them in battle box for this. So we'll do that. Let's start off first with the Pokemon that no one cares about, Kyogre. We have Mystic Water Kyogre, with Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Protect. Just a standard Kyogre, to be honest. Most usually just run Water and Ice with Protect. This has been a standard on Kyogre as far as I've ever played VGC for. Maybe it wasn't back in Gen 5, but ever since Gen 6 when I started, this has been like the gold standard. Like, ever since Gen 6, or as I should say. But this is quite literally the gold standard for Kyogre, which is fine. We have Sunsteel, Strike, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Protect on Solgaleo with Weakness Policy. This mod is really good over Duskmane in VGC because of the fact that Full Metal Body is basically just Clear Body, but Solgaleo signature, which is great because some of the most common Pokemon are all Intimidators, stuff like Letter T, Incineroar, etc. Actually, those are really the big two, but they're so common, and especially with stuff like Dynamax existing in this format and half of them dropping stats. Full Metal Body is really a nice strat, especially as a Dynamax Pokemon. With Sunsteel, of course, naturally this can get past abilities, so it's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not a big deal in VGC. For at least like the ignoring, like the mold breaker aspect of Sunsteel Strike. At least I've never encountered anything that I've matched for, but I know it's cool for Mimikyu, I guess, which is something I only remember that because Randy pointed it out to me. But even outside of that, there's still stuff like Earthquake and Rock Slide, which are still really good, especially with Max. They both Rock Slide is great with the Max move for boosting the for clearing rain for sand, which is cool for opposing Kyogres as well as clearing other weather in general. Earthquake and Sunsteel as max boosts will boost Spadef and Fizdef respectively, so this Pokemon has a lot of ways to boost stats and also just be obnoxious. Next up, we have Zapdos with Safety Goggles, which is mostly for, I forget what the Safety Goggles is mostly for. I'm assuming it's for the sand for Max Rockfall, but even still, it's just good in general for the Safety Goggles to avoid stuff like Spore on Among Us and all that. We have Static, of course, which is just great for paralyzing stuff. We have Thunderbolt, Hurricane, Eerie Impulse, and Roost. Eerie Impulse, Randy mostly enjoys having on here. When he built it, he said it's really good for like special attackers, so I'll definitely take that. He said that he's personally enjoyed using Zapdos a lot, so I trust Randy on that. Randy is yet to steer me wrong, yet. We have Rillaboom with G-Max with Miracle Seed, and then Grassy Glide, Fake Out, Woodhammer, Protect. Grassy Glide's mostly for priority, Woodhammer's mostly for when we're max, so just do as much damage as possible with Max Drum Beat. Well, I forgot what the move is. I'm pretty sure it's something drum related, but I just forget the move. Then Fake Out's obviously priority, especially against non-max Pokemon, or if we can get Terrain up after Psychic Terrain, or just in general. Making sure the Psychic Terrain isn't up. Fake Out's good against non-max Pokemon. There are probably some that this is in general really useful for. For example, like an Alternatives matchup that could always go for Flamethrower, or even just Zacian matchup in general, if I don't have Zapdos or Solgaleo on the field, just going for the fake out on that could be really useful if I'm trying to maybe, let's say, go for a Grimmsnarl turn. I don't know, it's a very niche situation to be fair. It'd probably mostly be to help with Kyogre if anything, but it does definitely help, especially when the max Pokemon has already been revealed, and let's say second turn can't go up, it's really useful for that. We have Thunder Wave, Spirit Break, Reflecting Light Screen on Grimmsnarl, which is mostly just Screen Setter, Spirit Breaks for all the dragons, and just in general, it's a really good coverage option. Well, a really good stab option here. And then we have Thunder Wave just for status. Finally, we have Tornadus with Taunt, Tailwind, Hurricane, and Brutal Swing. Brutal Swing is mostly just a really easy way to pop the Solgaleo weakness policy, especially because it's spread, so it will do even less damage to every Pokemon it's targeting. And the fact it's coming off of Torrent's Physical is really nice. We didn't end up going with a minus attack nature on this. Well, actually, no, we are timid. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that we are hasty. I could have sworn Randy sent me a version was hasty, but this version is timid. Regardless, the Taunt's really good for opposing Tailwind users, just opposing Prankster Pokemon in general, because we should speed tie all the relevant ones besides Whimsicott. So yeah, I'm looking forward to how this is going to go, and with that said, let's get into it. So first, obviously, I need to move these into a battle box, so I should have probably done that to start off with, to be fair, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to try and just get some games in. If people show up, people show up. Mostly just doing this kind of... Well, initially I was going to try and just stream the tournament run because I thought that could be really interesting. You know, just streaming the tournament run each day. But it's fine. I figured, though, at the very least, if nothing else, people show up to this. They show up to this. I'm assuming at least a lot of people... I'm assuming at least the people who are interested in seeing the tournament run will at least be interested in the battle slot portion of this. If nothing else, I get it's not the same degree of challenge, to be fair. But I figured it could still be interesting. Hi Mia, how are you doing today? Thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. Alright, let's get into our first game. Well, first we need to connect. That's technically the first portion of this. But yeah, I'm gonna as well, I guess for anyone who's interested in the team, I'm gonna edit that into the description really quick. Shout out to Randy again for the team. Randy is an absolute legend. I can't just copy the link from our DMs either, sadly, because Randy ended up tweaking the Solgaleo spread last second. So let me really quickly... Let me edit that in. I should also fix my tags, to be fair, because right now they're all set to X and Y tags, which is obviously going to hurt. So let me really quickly do that, because I have the tags that I want to copy. It should take literally 30 seconds. So we're going to do that while we're connecting. Okay. And I just need to change Groudon to Solgaleo. Solgaleo, and then Solgaleo, I just need to make sure no Groudon tags. Here we go, Solgaleo, I forgot one. There we go. And save. Okay, beautiful. Now we can actually start. Alright, ranked battles. So we're currently in Pokeball 2. Well, it's technically Pokeball 2. It's Tier 5. But we're in Pokeball 2 right now. 8 and 6 overall for our current rating. Which, you know what? I will take that. Could be a lot worse. We did lose the last game that we did last time. For anyone who hasn't caught up with Road to Rank yet. Which I'm assuming is most people, to be fair, but it's certainly fine. I get that most of my audience is a double audience. But let's get into it. I have a lot of faith that we can totally make this work, to be honest. But we will see. My goal is for a 2/3 win rate today. You know what? 2/3 win rate. I will be content with that. I'm gonna try and get like 8 to 10 games, I want to say, and I'm gonna edit up like the best 3 or 4. I think I'm gonna do. So obviously not all of them will go in, but yeah, like this one, I don't think this one will go in for a plethora of reasons. Considering 1, it's a solo Uber team. 2, why the Espeon? But you know what? We'll see what happens. I've definitely gotten my fair share of acid from teams that underestimate because I've missed something entirely. So we'll hope for the best. We'll hope for the best. So it's probably a G-Max Venusaur. Obviously Sun Normal, it's obviously Size Spam with a G Espeon. Like if I had to be anything, it's Size Spam. My guess is that's Rapid or Shifu, but maybe it is maybe it's Urshifu single. Pretty sure it's single and rapid, right? Yeah, it's single and rapid. I don't know why it took me so much effort to remember, because usually it's just Urshifu and Urshifu rapid on most like docs. So anyway, with that in mind, think we're leading off with Grim. Grim is actually really obnoxious for this team to break. I don't think they have a way around it. It's super good. I think if I lead off with Grim plus Rillaboom, wait, no, Grim plus... Honestly, Grim plus Zapdos looks really nice. And I can have Rillaboom double to clear their second terrain. I think it's best course of action. And then I'm gonna go with Solgaleo. I don't think this is the... not Solgaleo, Kyogre. I don't think this is a Solgaleo matchup, personally. Between the Kyogre and the Torkoal, honestly, I really would worry about bringing Solgaleo with the English form here. To be fair, it's really good against their team on paper with high stat, but we don't have a psychic move, so I don't really think that we can even take advantage of that. So I'm gonna hope that that's going in front of my opponent. I'm gonna hope to end off this game on a win. I want to start off with at least one win. One win would be amazing. So they do lead off with their side step, which is honestly really good. This opens up a lot of opportunity for me actually, with them going for a side step for. And I think, to be honest, I kind of want to max this Zapdos this game, but not right away. Not right away at all. So first things first, we definitely need to go for a Spirit Break to try and weaken Expanding Force. Actually, I'm going to go for Light Screen, because that'll ultimately help more with weakening Expanding Force. So we're going to go for Light Screen on Grimmsnarl, and then I'm going to go into Rillaboom here, because this should also take away the second terrain, which makes Expanding Force spread move. And on top of it as well, it can display the damage boost that Expanding Force would have. So this should work out, especially if they go for dual Expanding Force. And to be fair, I'm assuming Espeon screens. I would be shocked if it's anything but that. Maybe it's Specs, to be fair. That could also be a thing, I guess. If I don't know what Espeon would even run, I'm just trying to speculate. Because Pokemon, even in doubles, like even in not max formats or non-English formats, I wouldn't expect ever seeing Espeon. Okay, so it is Expanding Force. That's perfectly fine. It's solo target move, thankfully, and that actually is great there because of the terrain, which is honestly really cool. So, what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to go for a Spirit Break on the Espeon, considering, actually I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave on the Indeedee, because I'm assuming this is going to click Follow Me again, and I'm honestly fine with that. I personally just want to make sure that Indeedee has as little opportunity to do stuff as possible, and I think I'm going to go for a Dynamax Drum Solo on the Espeon, I think, because my guess is this is going to max it. I assume that Espeon's going to max and going to try and reset terrain, which I'm perfectly fine with it doing. I mostly want to get the T-Wave off before that happens though, which is why I'm going to go for the Indeedee now. Because it should hopefully help just push for Kyra to try and stop the follow me turns. Simply what a strength. It's awesome. Now to be fair, I get the going for jump solo. Going for it on the Espeon if I think that Indeedee's going to click follow me. It's a bit of a lateral move. But at the same time though, if it doesn't, okay, see it didn't click it there. So the fact that it didn't click it there, and the fact that I am Dynamax now, I should be able to easily take this hit. And now Indeedee is paralyzed for future turns, and Espeon could potentially just get output with not Savage. I would be shocked if it doesn't get output otherwise though. So Expanding Force here, we do take that, even through the Helping Hand, which is great, because otherwise we wouldn't take that. And on top of this as well, Espeon is going to be taken care of, so I will definitely take that. I'm gonna lower my music, it looks like I'm hitting really high volumes here. So I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Let's see what they bring in. My guess is it's probably gonna be the Torkoal, but I'm fine if they do bring in the Torkoal, to be honest. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, because I could still try and take out the Indeedee, just take out the support Pokemon at that point. They go to Palkia, actually. Okay, I'm fine with Palkia coming in too. So what I can do here, I'm gonna go for T-Wave on the Palkia, and then I'm gonna go for Drum Solo on the Palkia slot. Because what this will do is this will slow down the Palkia, so I should always be the first one attacking with Rillaboom, which is, well, second one technically, because Grimmsnarl's going first. But that should open up a lot of room for me to just maul the opponent with Rillaboom, if nothing else. Because whether they go for Follow Me and attack, well, yeah, whether they go Follow Me with the Indeedee, or if they just go for a Helping Hand, no matter what, Rillaboom should be able at least to half to Palkia, if not ultimately. I'm assuming it's probably half to the Dynamax. And then, meanwhile, for Indeedee, we just outright outkill it. 100%. I know I got it's not hard to count. I'm still gonna lower this a bit, because I know I had, this feels like it's very loud still. Let me know if this sounds good, by the way, if anyone in the chat can let me know. I turned it down a lot, like a lot, and I just want to make sure it's not too much. We missed the Thunder Wave. Oh no, that's actually so terrible. Because there's no, oh fuck, we lived that. I really didn't think we'd live that hit, I'll be honest. Like, genuinely, I thought that Kyogre would kill with the Max Geyser. But I will definitely take it. because it does give us another opportunity, obviously, to take this out. So Indeedee is gone now, which is great. Oh, you know what? It went for follow me. That's what it did. Okay. Well, that's perfectly fine actually, because now I can go for the Thunder Wave on the Palkia this time, and I can take it out. The only Pokemon that can come in here that would actually threaten that would be Urshifu. Otherwise, though, I'm set. Torkoal comes in. Okay, beautiful. That's actually amazing for me, because with the Torkoal coming in, this also clears the rain for Palkia, and it actually hurts Palkia's damage output. The best way it would have to hit me would be Max Worm. So I will definitely take that. We're going to go for Thunder Wave here, and I'm going to go for Drum Solo on the Palkia. If it goes for Max Guard, so be it. I probably lose my Rillaboom here, but it's fine. I lose my Max turn anyway, so unless a Palkia for some reason goes for Grimmsnarl, I don't mind too much. But that Light Screen is honestly really coming in clutch here. It avoided the attack. God damn it. Okay, that's 100% going to matter then. At least, if nothing else, for Diff. I don't know if it's going to matter for the endgame, but it's going to matter for Diff. Palkia has one more Max turn left, and I have another chance to T-Wave it, to be fair. So what I could do, I can go for the... It's probably going to actually... both these Pokemon are probably going to be taken out, so I actually don't probably have a chance for another T-Wave. I'd be shocked if... Oh, no, man, they're going to go for Yawn. Why are they going to go for Yawn? Like, I'm fine with Grimm actually being Yawn this turn, because it means that I get T-Wave next turn. And barring any sort of bullshit with a T-Wave miss this time, I should be able to guarantee that off. So let's go for a Thunder Wave here. And if they go for Max Guard, so be it. Otherwise, like, if they really go for Max Guard, I'm actually pretty okay with that. I want to make sure that I can drop the special attack, though, before it gets off a Geyser here. Or even just a Worm, to be honest. But I want to drop the special attack, just to try and take the hits as well as possible. So Thunder Wave is going to go off, finally hit the Palkia. It's 3 times the charm. Torkoal shouldn't be able to do a ton of damage. Albeit, to be fair, our option will do a sizable amount. But I can clear the sun next turn, so I'm not too concerned. Rockfall goes off here. It's off of Ancient Power, so that shouldn't OHKO, especially at -2 with the light screen up. Yeah, that does jack. Okay, I'll take that for sure. It's actually really good for us, because it's also going to clear the sand. It's going to clear the sun, which means that Torkoal will not actually have the eruption boost. So, we'll definitely take that. They must have dual targeted Grimm with the Yawn, which I'm not sure why. That must have been an accidental click. I can't imagine it was purposeful. But what I could do here, I do actually have a pretty good play here. So what I think I'm going to do, now that the Palkia is paralyzed, I actually do have a free turn to double into Kyogre. They can't change the weather anymore, which is actually really good for us. The Palkia is no longer maxed, so I'm going to double from Grimm into Kyogre here, get my Hurricane turn, and I'm just going to KO not KO the Palkia, but I'll 2-tap it. So we're going to double into Palkia this turn, and I'll go for Hurricane on the Palkia. I don't mind Torkoal going for Yawn, to be completely honest. It's a bit annoying, sure, but it's a turn that it's not attacking me. To be fair, Torkoal is actually kind of fodder now that I had the rain up. So maybe I should have tried to just KO the Torkoal. Well, actually, no, never mind. Torkoal's fodder. What am I saying? Yeah, Torkoal's fodder. Even though it goes for Roost, I still have 2 turns guaranteed. So I'll definitely take that. Yeah, see, that's really good damage, actually. And no matter what this goes for, I'm actually pretty set. So I'm going to go for Special Friend here. Honestly, don't mind that too much. We lose Zapdos, sure. It's a high crit move, so I don't actually mind the crit. Like, it's probably going to happen. We'll bring in Grimmsnarl next turn. And then, while it is asleep, sure, it's kind of annoying. But I can at the very least go for an Origin Pulse. Because the way that I see it at this point, sure, we boost the rain for the Kyogre, but it is, for the Palkia, sure, but it's still -2. It still can be fully paired. We still, I think, have 1 more turn of Light Screen, I want to say. Let me check info really quick. This is actually kind of important for turns. We have 2 more turns of Light Screen, actually. So between the Light Screen turns and the -2, I get the Rain's going to boost, but it's still going to not do a ton of damage. We'll go for Origin Pulse here, just for the spread. I'll probably do slightly more damage, I want to say. I have the time to calc this. Let me really quickly calc this. Because there's a very easy way to check this. Kyogre, Water Spout versus Origin Pulse. Here we go. And it has level 50, 128. So they do pretty much the same damage, actually. Yeah, I'm going to just do this, and then I'm going to go for Spirit Break on the Palkia. There we go. Okay. I could have probably actually went for, now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably went for Water Spout, just because Water Spout would be 100% accurate. But it's not a big concern. So Origin Pulse, obviously it's going to get protected by the Torkoal. Perfectly fine. Palkia should still take a good amount of damage from this, to be fair. And between that and Grimmsnarl, I think I'm actually set to take this out as long as I wake up. And if not, I mean, it's still chip on Palkia. I don't see a way that Palkia OHKOs this outright. So Spatial Rend on the Kyogre, that's honestly fine. We should still definitely take this. Oh my god, we took that very, very easily. I think even a crit we would have taken that, actually. Okay. So let's go for Origin Pulse here. Because now Origin Pulse will, like, definitively do a good amount more. And I'm going to go for another Spirit Break turn. Because if nothing else, the Spirit Break should be able to take out the Kyogre. The Palkia, I get the Origin Pulse will do jack. But to be fair, so will Water Spout at this point. And I really just want to take out the Torkoal before it can yawn my Kyogre and just give the Palkia some free turns. So we're just going to try and take this out. I think we have the game, though. Obviously, again, a bit unfortunate with stuff like the crit, but I'm not going to act like the crit with, Palkia wasn't going to happen. It's a high crit move, so we'll take that. So, not very effective, and then Torkoal fades. Beautiful. So, Palkia shouldn't be able to take us out. That's a bit unfortunate for my opponent, to be fair, but at the same time, this is now, like, our second sleep turn, so it is what it is. And to be fair as well, I don't think a Palkia without a crit could have actually KO'd me. And even still, it would have also then needed to crit my Grimmsnarl with a water move, which that would have been a higher risk, especially because the fact that Hydro Pump as well is a low accuracy move. So I don't think Palkia actually had a reliable way to really beat this anyway. Yeah, they're going to forfeit. Is what it is, but you know what? We'll take the 1-0 win. So far, we are 1-0 for the day. I will take that. Really hoping that we can get a game that we can show off Solgaleo for. There were so many games in my past few road ranks that I feel like Solgaleo would have honestly been a terrifying Pokemon. No, I'm not going to check the team. Let's see how high we can get. We're going to continue battling. Okay, 1-0. I'm feeling confident, actually. I'm feeling very confident after that game. That was a good start. Very morally raising game, to say the least. So we will take that. Searching for a poison Pokemon, that's fine. I'm going to get a drink while we wait. Beautiful. As a quick reminder, obviously, if anyone who hasn't already, if you could leave a like, that would be really appreciated. As well, if you could let me know if everything sounds okay audio-wise. Because first time doing the cap card stuff on stream settings. Okay, this is actually an interesting team. I like the Dual Genie. Dual Genie's always fun. We have Zacian, probably Crowned. There's no reason to not run Crowned. Kyogre, Serena, Urshifu. If I had to guess, it's probably Rapid because it's rain, but we'll double check anyway. Landorus T and Tornadus. So it's probably Tailwind. It's probably a Tailwind team for sure. I would be shocked if it isn't actually. We're gonna lead off with Grimmsnarl because I want to. Actually, we're gonna lead off with Rillaboom. I want to fake out the Torn before it gets Tailwind up. I think I'm gonna lead off with Rillaboom and Zapdos, and I'm gonna definitely bring Solgaleo in the back. I think Solgaleo could actually pretty much clean this team. And then I kind of want to bring Torn in the back as well. I think it actually could be a pretty good lead. I definitely don't want to bring Grimm this game. I think Grimm actually has a pretty terrible team matchup, and Kyogre is not the worst here, but I feel like that Serena could give it a bit of issues. Same as, actually, it's really just Serena. But to be fair, it's also kind of a war of attrition with my Kyogre versus theirs. At the same time, though, I mean, I have two really good Kyogre answers, so maybe I bench Zapdos actually. I'm gonna lead off with Tornadus Rillaboom here, and I'm gonna go with Solgaleo and Kyogre. Fig Ban, Randy, how are you doing today? I'm hoping that I'm not choking live. I'm really hoping I'm not choking live, because if I choke live in front of Randy, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think we actually have a pretty good lead for this, to be fair. I can't imagine what Tornadus and Rillaboom wouldn't be doing against this team, because it should be a pretty free fake out turn if they lead off a Torn, and otherwise, honestly, I could just go for Grassy Glide. So yep, Torn Zacian. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, honestly, I don't mind letting my Rillaboom go down to. Well, no, yeah, if they really want to target my Rillaboom with, I'm definitely not going to mind if they target Rillaboom with Zacian, to be completely honest. I would much prefer not letting him get Tailwind up, though, because that should put me in a more advantageous position overall for the long term. So I'm going to go for Fake Out on the Torn, because there's no way in hell it maxes. And I'm going to go for a Tailwind here, because what this does is next turn, I'll also be faster than their Tornadus, and I can taunt it, making sure that they will not get a Tailwind up at all during the longevity of the Torn. So even if they do take out Rillaboom, that's fine. I actually have a really free Solgaleo turn at that point. And then, not only that, but when Kyogre comes in, I can take away its Rain by going for Rockfall. So while I am going to be maxing first, which I know is typically, from what I've heard, is frowned upon, I feel like it is definitely in this case advantageous. So they're actually going to double out of Torn here. It's fine. It's still a free fake out turn, to be fair. A little bit annoyed, to be fair, that I didn't go for it on the on the Zacian now, but well played by my opponent. We also know 3 of their Pokemon, to be fair. It is Serena, Tornadus, and Zacian. So I'm actually fine with that. They're going to go for... Ooh, they're going to go for Sub. Oh, fuck. I don't think I have a good way to break this up on that, actually. I'll be honest. This is where we check for calcs now. Fucking hell. Okay, let me first things first, I have to import my team. Import my team. Okay. So, let's double check here. Versus Zacian Crowned. I need to double check for Rillaboom. Let's check for Rillaboom. Actually, Grassy Glide could maybe break us up, to be fair. So I'm gonna go for Grassy Glide here. It worst comes to worst, we roll it, but I'm gonna go for Grassy Glide into Hurricane on the Serena. That way then, we can just take out the Serena, the priority spam option, etc. They're gonna go for Protect. Okay, actually, I'm fine with the Protect turn, personally. There were so many worse things for me, I think, that they could have clicked there. Literally, I think any attack actually would have been a lot worse for me. So you know what? Sub-Protect. Oh, it just... Queenly Majesty works on both. God damn it. Okay. That's actually kind of terrifying. Queenly Majesty. Triple Axle. That's actually super bad. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Queenly Majesty works on spread, I had no idea about that, but that's actually really bad for me. Intrepid Sword. Substitute. Protect. Okay, that's actually super bad. Okay. We do still have a way around this, to be fair. We are actually faster because of Tailwind. So what I can do here... what do I actually want to do here? I think I know what I want to do here. I'm going to go for a Wood Hammer on the Zacian. And then I'm going to go for... Actually, no. No, yeah, I am going to do that. So I'm going to go for a Sunsteel on the Serena. I want to take out Serena as quickly as possible. Not only that, but with the Tailwind, I should outpace the Zacian. And again, Solgaleo should be able to actually do a ton of damage to this team. So I'm not too worried about that. If they do double out of Serena or Zacian here at this point, it should open up, figure out their 4th mon ideally, unless they sack Tornadus, which I don't know why they would sack Torn, to be fair. I feel like Torn is actually kind of their... it's the best support piece here, in my opinion, once Rillaboom goes down, which they have ways of taking out Rillaboom, clearly. So, I'm going to try to take advantage of my own Tailwind as best as possible at this point. So, hopefully they didn't... It doesn't look like they switched, at least. So, it's 100% these 2 Pokemon, at least. If Serena doesn't click Protect here, Serena should be taken out unless it's a Sash set, which I'm pretty sure most Serena are running AV, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's AV. I would be shocked if it isn't. My guess is like AV, and then Torrent's like a berry. Zacian's obviously... Okay, so they didn't click it. Beautiful. That's actually amazing for us. So, they actually took that. That's actually incredible. Gotta up the attack of my Solgaleo next time. This is what I get for not running max attack. Only 100 adamant SMH. Wood Hammer should definitely break the sub, though. 100% should break the sub. So, I took the sub. Not very effective. Sub baited. Beautiful. Okay, we will definitely take that. The next turn, I should be able to, at the very least, take out the Zacian. Because there's no way in hell they have a good way to damage us. Like, if this really is their best way to actually damage Solgaleo, I'm perfectly fine with that. Oh, yeah, we should chew that. See that? Chewed. That is chewed. Yeah, why a weak spread? I don't know. That's actually super weird, though, that they did take that. Dropkick, thank God for Full Metal Body. That is such a nice ability. Oh, my God. Solgaleo might actually run this team, I'm not gonna lie. Like, every one of Tailwind, obviously, but I should be able to actually take them out both this turn. Because what I could do, I could Wood Hammer the Serena, and I should be able to go for Max Quake on the... Max Quake. Yeah, so Max Quake, even with Terrain, should actually still be able to do a good amount to the Zacian. In the off chance, actually, I feel like I'd rather take out the Zacian, to be completely honest. So I'm gonna go for Max Quake into... I should have probably went for Steel Strike, to be fair, but it's fine. They're gonna double anyway. That's so fucking good for us. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. I'm really glad that I dual targeted Zacian there, because I feel like by dual targeting Zacian here, I can get rid of... Oh, fuck, they actually went for Protect. God damn it. Okay. Not a huge deal, albeit it's not preferable, but we should still, obviously, through Protect, get off at least a quarter. Did nothing. This is a really bulky Zacian. Holy shit. To be fair, they're probably taking advantage of Tailwind, but we should be able to at least boost our Spadef, which is really nice for taking on Hurricane if possible. Woodhammer's obviously not going to go through Protect, but it's honest, not a big deal. So what I could do here, our Tailwind's going to run out this turn, right? Well, actually, even if it isn't, I think it's my best interest to try and attack with Tailwind petered out. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for Protect on Rillaboom, because I kind of want to keep this around at this point. And I'm going to go for Max Quake on the Zacian, because I can go for a later turn hit with the Grassy Glide and try to take this out after Tailwind is popped. I just want to make sure that we can live for this single turn, because Solgaleo doesn't do Zacian doesn't do a ton of damage to us. It does about a quarter, but even still, we're getting recovery back, and it should continuously do about a quarter. Heat Wave. Oh, they're gonna pop. They're gonna pop the weakness policy. So the Zacian is done this turn. So we will 100% take that. I'm kind of shocked that their Zacian was slower than Tauren. Like, are we gonna talk about that? Their Zacian was slower than Tauren. There was no speed drop there or anything. It's Life Orb too. Behemoth Blade, that's fine. They went for it on the Rillaboom. Oh my god, they really just gave you their Zacian here. Life Orb, Heat Wave. Okay, yeah, Zacian is gone. That is actually amazing for us. That could not have been a better turn. They 100% choked that. I'm really glad I went for the Protect though, because this means if their last mod is Kyogre or Urshifu, then they're completely fucked. So, what I think I'll do here, I think truthfully it's in my best interest to actually keep around the, well, that's actually kind of dependent. So they can totally go for a Tailwind with Tauren and try to outpace me that way. They're gonna bring in Serena here. They're gonna bring Kyogre actually. Okay, then I'm perfectly fine with okay. So yeah, what I think I'm gonna do, we're gonna lose our max sadly, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's not a huge deal. I do actually still have a really good turn for this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double into my Kyogre with Rillaboom, and I'm gonna go for a Protect on Solgaleo here. Basically, what I'm anticipating here is I'm anticipating Kyogre to max this turn. Because the fact that I don't have my max anymore, Kyogre has free real estate to do so. We know as well that Urshifu and Lander did not come, which is actually good information, so I should be marking that down. We know Kyogre Drizzle as well, even though to be fair, it was kind of confirmed Drizzle. This is probably going to be the max Pokemon. My guess is it's going to go for a max water move on the Solgaleo here. And that Tauren might just go for a Tailwind, but I want to reset my terrain, so then I can take out the Kyogre later on with Rillaboom. And by just keeping Solgaleo around, I can try and hopefully just limit the turns that my opponent has for the Dynamax. But because even just one more move that it has to target my Solgaleo with, I'm perfectly content with, personally. Now, if they're max Lightning on Kyogre, that could actually be pretty bad for us. But unless they're max Lightning, I'm actually not that concerned, personally. So, they're going to Dynamax Kyogre here, which is perfectly fine. That means they're also leaving in the Tauren. I'm hoping that they don't attack my Kyogre here. Because attacking my Kyogre, that could be pretty bad. Actually, no. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad, but it could be a lot better, I guess. I doubt that Life Orb should kill. There's no way Life Orb Hurricane KOs. So Protect goes off, it's perfectly fine. It means they didn't switch, which is good. Because if they brought in Serena, that could have been terrifying. They probably will next turn, to be fair. I can't imagine they don't. So they're Tailwind for sure. Well, actually, we don't know they're Tailwind, to be honest. Like, to be fair, even though it's pretty much confirmed. Okay, so Max Geyser actually doesn't do that much. I don't even think that would KO without. Oh yeah, right, we have the Spin F boost. That's a good point. Okay. So I'm going to go for Ice Beam just directly on the Tauren slot. Just in case they do double here, I want to take that Serena out. And then I'm going to go for Rock Slide just because it's a dual target move. I think Rock Slide is probably our best bet because Kyogre is obviously a resist to... It's a resist to Steel. And if we attack Serena, we're going to take it out 100% anyway. So no matter what, this is, I think, in our best interest. Healer's going to go off. It's fine. It's reduced by the rain. We should chew that. At worst, maybe it puts us in range of Max Geyser. But if that's the case, again, we should still take out the Tauren this turn, guaranteed. So I'm content with that. So Geyser goes off, and we don't take that. Fuck. Okay, a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay. Should we still have Rillaboom? And at the very least, Tornadus should be able to... Okay, yeah, beautiful. We'll take that. Crit. I don't know if that mattered, to be completely honest. Let me actually see. I don't know if it mattered a ton. They were Life Orb Tauren, so I doubt they were that bulky. Let me check though. So versus Kyogre. Yeah, so even like a max HP set, that probably should have KO'd actually. So I'm pretty content with this. So it's Serena and Kyogre left 100%. What I'm gonna do here, I think I'm going to go for the Protect at this point, but I want to double check their Tailwind turns before I do that. Because if I go for the Protect, I want to just make sure that I'm outpacing Serena 100%. That's basically the goal of this turn. Because if I can outpace Serena, I can go for an Ice Beam on it, and I can go for Wood Hammer on the Kyogre, and I can avoid the Triple Axle entirely. So I want to see if I will outpace. Tailwind is 2 turns left. Fuck, that's really bad for us, actually. That is super bad, actually, for us. So at this point, I kind of need to pick and choose what they're going to attack. I'm going to go for an Ice Beam on the Serena, and I'm really just going to hope they don't attack my Kyogre. Because I'm assuming they're going to attack my Rillaboom because it's a threat to their Kyogre. So that's what I'm going to assume here. So really, I just have to hope at this point that they don't attack me with Kyogre, with Serena and Kyogre. You're going for Chop Kick on the Kyogre. Fuck. Don't KO. Don't KO. Don't KO. They KO'd. Okay. A bit unfortunate, but there's only so much I can do about that. Even with Dual Protect, they outpaced me for one more turn. I kind of had to bank on them dual targeting Rillaboom here. Because I'm slower than both of them at this point with both of my Pokemon. This is kind of just a game over. So it is what it is. Well played to my opponent for sure. There's not much I can do about that. Because I can't, like, because of the fact that the Queenly Majesty is, I guess my best play here would quite literally be to double protect and just hope that Hail takes out Serena. When it Crane's up. Okay, so I can't even, well, to be fair, I can still outpace Serena, but basically what I need to do, I need to get the dual protect off. On top of also outpacing Serena here, I need to make sure that, so Kyogre isn't max, but at the very least it couldn't break my protect. So I need to make sure that I get the double protect off. And on top of that, I need to then take a single, like a regular Ice Beam from Kyogre, is basically what I need to go for. Which is very unlikely in my opinion. I feel, yeah, dual protect doesn't go off. Okay, yeah, so Serena's Axle should take me out. Oh, I just hit one time? Well, fuck, I really wish I attacked this Serena now. Though, to be fair, I think Ice Beam from Kyogre is going to pick me off anyway. Yeah, so it didn't even matter. So yeah, basically I just need to hope that that dual protect worked, and then I attacked the Serena, and then hoped that I lived the Kyogre Ice Beam at that point, but I don't even, like, it was such a pipe dream at that point. Definitely shouldn't have popped the Dynamax early. I think that's one of those games where I think I kind of jumped the gun a bit. I felt like it was a safe play, to be fair, but it is what it is. It's one of those things that'll hopefully pick up. Let's see. Randy, out of curiosity, was there anything that you noticed? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that game, like how that played out. If you were like not just looking, of course. Oh, yeah, this is an interesting game. Kyogre Xerneas. I don't think I've actually seen that Gort, like in Showdown or on Battlespot. So it's interesting for sure. They obviously have a team that can really handle Steel type, so I get why they did that. RandyHLD. No worries, no worries. If you're focusing on other stuff, it's totally fine. I just was curious if you had anything to add after the fact. Incineroar, Kyogre, and Landorus T. So Landorus is Intimidate guaranteed. RandyHLD is Transistor. Pretty much, I mean, to be fair, like, I get that all these abilities are pretty much, like, spoken for at this point. But there's technically ambiguity with Incineroar and Rillaboom. If we're going to be very technical about it, there technically is. So, what I'm going to go for here, I kind of want to lead off with Tornadus plus Solgaleo here. Them not having Tailwind is actually super clutch for me, because I could probably just go for a really easy Solgaleo lead here. And I might be able to, honestly, just go for a really good rail. Actually, I'm going to lead off with Kyogre, I think, would be safer. I doubt they lead off with Rillaboom. And if they do that for the Rillaboom, I can double into Zapdos and try and fish the pair that way. But if they lead off with anything besides Rillaboom or Kyogre, I could just go for free attacks. And I would prefer to save the Dynamax this time around, because I think it will ultimately add more. Good thing my favorite Pokemon is being used in the 2022 Championship. Yeah, no, it's actually pretty decent in my opinion. Albeit nothing insane, but it's pretty decent. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Alright. So, what am I going to click here? So, Drizzle obviously goes off. I'm curious, does Kyogre and Tailwind actually outpace? Kyogre +2. I need to see if it outpaces RandyHLD. I assume it does, but I want to double check. So, Kyogre versus... So, it would not... It actually would guarantee a pace. It would guarantee a pace. Okay, that's actually amazing. I'm gonna really hope for no sash. I'm gonna hope for no sash Regieleki, because honestly, that would be such a good turn. We're gonna go for a water spout though. If it is sash, so be it. I think it's trade, like popping a sash plus taking out the Xerneas guaranteed is so worth it personally. Water spout, come on, don't be sash, don't be sash, don't be sash. Otherwise we claim 2. Let's go! That's such a good turn for us. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh, Randy, you're a fucking god. Okay, that's amazing. So no matter what, I think I'm maxing Kyogre now. That's the new plan. Maxing Kyogre, I should be able to guarantee take out Rillaboom, barring Rillaboom maxing. This is such a nice score. There, Kyogre, and maybe I don't max. I'm actually not gonna max Kyogre. Unironically, I want to max Torn. I double check the Calyx and Kyogre first, to be fair, but I unironically want to max Torn here. Let me double check. I want to see how much this actually does. I might save the max for Solgaleo, to be fair. But how much does Dynamax do? 50%? No, that's really not worth it. That's super not worth it. Kyogre actually still can KO. Like, very easily KO, actually. So I'm just going to go for Hurricane here. We'll go for Hurricane on the Kyogre. And we're going to go for a Water Spout here. Because even if Instant fakes out, we're going to guarantee a pace anyway. So it's more so, do we bring the Boom? No, I brought Zapdos and Solgaleo in the back. So that's a big reason why. If I brought the Boom, I was guaranteed to max that. Water Spout's gonna go off. That's fine. They've taken a lot of health, at least if nothing else. We actually guaranteed took. Oh my god, we actually still took that. I'm kind of shocked. Like I get its spread and I get its doubles, but like still, we took that really well. I think it's specs damage. I'm almost certain that's specs damage actually, but I'll double check that just to be for sure. So doubles, and Kyogre is at let's say like 100 HP, right? Yeah, that's like modest specs damage, 100%. Oh, never mind. This is actually not. Because I was calculating versus Dynamax still. Yeah, this is actually, I think it's Mystic Water, actually. I think it's Timid Mystic Water, is what I want to say. Yeah, no, that would have been a really good turn, obviously, if I was. But it's not a huge deal. Hurricane should actually still get some good damage off on this. And I can max Solgaleo next turn. So I'm actually pretty content with this. We have Confusion, actually, which is amazing. So our Water Spot's going to go off. It should be, if nothing else, just good chip on Kyogre. Really just make sure that Kyogre has less HP as possible. So even if it doesn't hit itself, I'm actually pretty fine. Max Lightning. They actually brought Max Lightning. That's the first Kyogre I've seen run Max Lightning. And I think I've fought, including on Showdown, about 10 or so Kyogres. That's the first one I've seen run it. To be fair, it's not a bad idea. It handles Kyogre, which is one of its worst matchups for Kyogre, really well. Just because well, not worst matchups, but it's a matchup that it kind of is just dead weight in. Because Kyogre versus Kyogre at that point. But this is actually really good. I'm going to go into Zapdos then. I'm going to go for Max Zapdos. Because Max Zapdos should rail. Could be Scarf. Yeah, but Scarf won't matter for Dynamax. Because it won't get the speed boost with Max. I know that much, Randy. I know that much. We're going to go for Hurricane on this. And I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. I'm going to go for Max Lightning on the Kyogre. Yeah, I know that much though, Randy. I'm not that much of an idiot. They canceled the battle. Yep, that's understandable. Because Max Zapdos literally won the game at that point. I could have been down to... They could have, for some reason, just canceled my Kyogre in the back, taken out my Torn that turn for whatever hacks happened that somehow, like, cheesed. Well, yes, but I'm saying if they had... Oh, okay. That makes sense. Let's actually see. Can we figure that out? They were actually Scarf Kyogre. Okay, good to know. That's Randy with his VGC knowledge going for you. Shout out to them showing the team. Continue battle. Yes, we're 2-1 for the night, so I will take that. Let me really quickly. I'm gonna grab some caffeine because we're already 45 minutes in. Holy shit! These all been some amazing games though. To be fair, so far. Shut up, Randy. This is me again not knowing my VGC. We're gonna get into Great Ball before we end off. 100%. I will go as long as it takes, and we're gonna get like 3 to 4 games highlighted for ranked. I'm literally just gonna pick like the best 3 or 4. This is definitely one I want to put in 100%. Not just because it was a win, but because I think it was a really solid game. So I'm gonna put in my notes. I'm actually gonna DM Randy all the time steps. Let's see. So Randy. So let me skim on through really quickly. So this was around -6. That should be like around roughly 40 to 46 minutes. I'm just gonna edit that message later, Randy, by the way. So just ignore that. Gonna screech to make my point. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, GMAX Boomer, it's so unfortunate how low it is on the layout. I blame cropping. In GMAX, I can't even crop it higher because GMAX Grim is so high. Calyrex, Ice as one, Ice Rider, Groudon, Drought, Incineroar, Venusaur. GMAX is definitely GMAX. Like, I'll mark that in. It's a formality at this point. This is obviously a Sun team. Chlorophyll, Regieleki, Transistor, and Mimikyu with Disguise. Okay. So luckily these abilities are pretty much all spoken for at this point. This isn't some ambiguous thing. What am I gonna do? So, I don't want to lead off with Kyogre. I want to backseat it 100%. In terms of my leads, I kind of want to lead off with Torn and Solgaleo. I think actually could be a really good lead here. Albeit, to be fair, I do kind of risk with Ground on that matchup, so maybe I lead off with Torn Rillaboom. Torn Rillaboom actually could be pretty good. Like, not even just as a max, just as a Woodhammer just to nuke Groudon. And then going with Solgaleo in the back and Kyogre, I think could be pretty good. Because Solgaleo could be really nice for Mimikyu. It could also be really good for Torn. For Calyrex. So, I think I'm gonna backseat Grim and Zapdos. I'm mostly worried about Zapdos versus specifically the Calyrex. So I don't want to bring Zapdos for that. That's the big concern. Like, literally, as you said, Randy, I don't want to bring it for the Trick Room Core, because I feel like the Trick Room is really good against my team. And luckily as well, with leading with Torn, I can go for Taunt if need be. Like, if I see Trick Room, I want to make sure that, if I see Trick Room lead. So they do lead off with Instant Mimikyu. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't sure if they lead off with Instant Mimikyu or with Mimikyu, like, instead of Mimikyu, maybe Calyrex. I thought Calyrex also could be a pretty good lead here. Figure Groudon's probably going to be backseated for the same reason we're backseating Kyogre, to make sure that they preserve the sun if they go with that route. I'd also not show if they brought Venusaur or not, because it's just an information piece at that point. If they bring Groudon, they're probably bringing Venusaur against this team, just because Venusaur's a great Kyogre check. I guess this is for the mods at the back. It's probably Groudon Venusaur, if I had to guess. Or if not Groudon Venusaur, maybe Calyrex Venusaur could also be pretty good. Regieleki, I definitely don't think can, though. I can at least rule that out mentally. I don't think Regieleki can, which is good information for something else. I know what this little shit does. I'm going to go for Taunt, and I'm going to double into Kyogre here. GMAX move ignores Disguise. Good to know. That's actually pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to backseat play, though, so I'm going to go with what I made. I'm going to go with my gut move here. To be fair, the GMAX really, that could have actually been a pretty good play, because I forgot, GMAX really max move is Mold Breaker. Oh. Okay, it's fine. If it's Mental Herb, well played. You know what, that's right, yeah, because I can't even dedicate Sash anymore. Because for some reason, and I completely was thinking of Gen 7 Mimikyu, because no one fucking runs Mimikyu in anything besides VGC at this point. Even in draft, no one fucking plays Mimikyu. But I was thinking, though, that it would be Sash Mimikyu, and that's why I wanted to go for Taunt. But I forgot that the Disguise guarantee, like, takes chip. Yeah, that's fucked. No, that's totally fair, Oh, they went for Willis. They choked so fucking much with that turn. They literally just gave me a free turn. Because now I just get I get a free Taunt into Origin Pulse here. Yeah, no, that's really good for us, actually. That's super good for us, actually. I'm gonna go for another Taunt here. I'm gonna go for Origin Pulse. Actually, I'm gonna go for Water Spout. Because even if they Shadow Sneak, I doubt they do any damage. Mimikyu is so fucking passive. So I'm gonna go for that. If they go for a Dynamax here, so be it. There's no way in hell they do, though. I feel like they're gonna go for Trick Room. Unless they brought Sun in the back. If they did bring Sun, I think I'm gonna go for the max on Kyogre instead of Solgaleo. Not 100% sure on that, yo. This is GG. Yeah, no, they legitimately choked their Mimikyu so bad. If they went for Trick Room, that could have been terrifying. But they choked really badly with that. Pokemon. Oh, shit! He went to Pokemon. Wait, hold on. Wait, Pokemon fan? Hold on. I swear I thought they doubled into something named Pokemon fan. Am I fighting Pokemon fan now? I'm kind of curious. Regardless, I think, like, whoever I'm fighting, I think 100% choked that turn. Because now they went for the Taunt, I actually do get a really free Tailwind here. And I could just go for another, I think I might even just go for, yeah, I'm just going to go for Tailwind here. I lose nothing going for Tailwind, actually, this turn. The fact that they went for Woodlow's here, that was actually really huge for me, though. Yeah, I'm just going to go for Origin Pulse, because I'll KO the Groudon anyway. And if Groudon goes for Protect, that's perfectly fine by me, actually. Mimikyu is pretty much fodder here. So I'm going to go for Tailwind here. Guarantee outpace the Groudon. I don't care about the Sun, actually. Until I clear Groudon, I do not care about the Sun. when I clear Groudon and I know what that last mon is, we know for a fact that Incineroar, Groudon, and Mimikyu 100%. When I find out what that last mon is, though, I'll decide on my max. I think it's probably going to be the Kyogre here. I saw Pokemon Fan on my screen, Pokemon Fan Xerneas. That's why I thought that it was you for some reason. I genuinely thought I saw a Pokemon Fan come up on my screen. Maybe it's a badge. Is that a ribbon or a mark? Is that a mark, Pokemon Fan? I'm not actually sure. I don't know anything about mark hunting. I've never actually tried it. I will say that I kind of want to try it just at one point, just for the fuck of it. Like, if there's like some nationals or whatever it is, like some really, really massive online tournament, I might mark hunt for a team. I think it could be kind of cool personally, just, you know, mark hunt and shiny hunt, or just in general breed for my team. Like, well, not that I didn't for this one anyway. Randy got me the monster, but like legitimately just do a stream of it. I think it could be pretty cool. Water spout goes off. That's fine. Looks like you're fighting me now. Am I actually? That's kind of funny. That'd be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Or maybe you just meant that because of the messaging game. I genuinely can't tell at this point anymore. I know you were asking about doubles teams on my X and Y stream. That's purely why I asked. I don't know anymore though. I'll be honest. Let's go for Hurricane here on the Mimikyu. I get it's like load accuracy, but it's something. And I'm gonna go for Origin. Well, I'm gonna still go for a Water Spout here, because it should still take out the Groudon, and that's all I care about. Just taking out the Groudon. If they double here, so be it. I just want to figure out that last mon before I commit to a Kyogre Max, because I think Kyogre Max could be super good, as long as they didn't bring Calyrex. If they brought Calyrex, I'm saving for Solgaleo. They go for Protect and they fail. Okay, beautiful. That's fine. Shadow Sneak isn't going to do shit. And they're going for it on the Torrent anyway, which I don't know why they are. They should be going for it on the Kyogre, weakening Water Spout damage. So they saw me click it. It's clear that not you. Some people have Japanese copies, to be fair. So I couldn't definitively rule it out, obviously. Because we never know. You never know. Well, you get that you don't speak Japanese, but there's some people, like I have a Japanese copy for Unite, or a Japanese account that I use for Unite. Like, at least when I made it when Unite came out, and I use it for my, I use it to pre-order stuff for, like, Legends Arceus and all that. So, you can never know. You can never know. You talking about the message. Okay, so you were talking about the message. I just had to make sure. To be fair as well, some people obviously just have Japanese Pokemon. So that's also a whole nother factor. Calyrex is the... Okay, so I'm 100% not going for the, I'm 100% not going for the max on my Kyogre then. So I'm going to go for Taunt on the Calyrex. If they go for... Yeah, I'm going to go for Taunt on Calyrex. I would truthfully rather sack both my Pokemon here and let Calyrex get some attack boosts than let it get a Trick Room up. Because I think if it gets a Trick Room up, I lose. I'm going to go for that. And I'm going to go for a Water Spout here. Actually, hold on. There's no... Yeah, never mind. I'm not even going to bother calculating it because I know for a fact there's zero shot, even if I go for the Max Geyser, that there's no way in hell I KO Calyrex. I'm shocked they didn't Max Calyrex here. I feel like Max Calyrex is such a free play, but to be fair, they're probably going for Trick Room. They are going for Trick Room. Okay, amazing. Really glad that I did that, because I almost changed. I was so close to copying out of that play, thinking, oh, they're just going to Max Calyrex, and I'm going to pick a sack. But I still think that objectively, I would rather let Calyrex get to +1 here and get a Dynamax off than I would let it get to Trick Room up, because they have the speed where at that point I lose. But with this in mind, I should actually be pretty set. I'm going to go for Hurricane, and I'm going to go for a Water Spout here, and just get my damage off. Because as long as I play it safe rather than try and overplay, the safe plays should always win me this game at this point, because Solgaleo can come in and clean very, very easily with Max. That is not a question. It cleans at this point with the Max very, very easily. So I just need to play it safe at this point. So they're going to go for the popping the Max here. I'm actually super fine with this personally, because they're going for the Max. Now, if I really need to stall at Max turns for Solgaleo, I can just go for Max Guard. So I'm actually super fine with this, to be completely honest. Also, I love the Calyrex Dynamax because it's a blue glow, and it's the only Pokemon that has that, and it's, well, I think there's one other Pokemon that has a blue glow, I forget. I know the Calyrex have it at least, and it's super cool. I love it. Anyway, Hurricane, it's some actual damage at least, to be fair. That did more damage than I thought it would. Water Spout did some actual damage too, to be honest. We'll take that. Lariat goes off, they're popping Weakest Fall. Well, no, they're not popping Weakest Fall. See, for some reason I was thinking it was a Brutal Swing, because it does the spinny thing as well, like Brutal Swing does. So I was thinking it was Brutal Swing. They're KOing Kyogre, which actually, if anything, them KOing Kyogre here is a million times better for me. like, because I don't need Kyler at this point at all. The sun's up. Even when sun goes away, I don't care about that, to be completely honest. Okay. So I do need to double check something really quickly. Oh, you know what I can do? I know what I'm going to do here. Versus Calyrex Ice Rider. So Dynamax, they're 100% max HP here. Level 50. Dynamax, we're +2 now. Oh, yeah. I know what I'm doing here. I'm going for game. This is where I can go for game definitively. Because I actually do have a guaranteed win here. So what I could do, I can go for Brutal Swing into Max Steel Spike. Because that way then I pop my weakness policy, I can guarantee it gets taken out. And also it's free chip just in case this for some reason any way, shape, or form is a roll, which it should not be at this point. There's no way in hell this is above 77%. And max SP should fall to 77% minimum. So between the Brutal Swing and the Steel Spike, it should guarantee take it out. Even if it doesn't, even if it pops a weakness policy and still lives the hit, I have my +1 defense. So if it's +2 at that point, there's no way in hell that it takes me out anyway. So with +1 defense, yeah, it does 59% max with Adamant. So we should 100% be taking this out at this point. See that? Did jack shit. Shoutouts to Timid. And shoutouts to Spread as well, because it does nothing. Yeah, this should 100% fold Calyrex in half. So, yep, Calyrex +2. Perfectly fine with this, I don't care. I really do not care. There's no way in hell. Lion feasting on the horse? Hell yeah, it is. This is a fodder horse at this point. Yup, beautiful. Okay, we've finally conquered the horse. No horses allowed. This is an anti-horse stream. But this right here, the horse instant matchup is specifically actually why I wanted to try Solgaleo. Because I was so tired of fighting this on Showdown. It was more what I was fighting it on. But I hate the horse matchup. I hate the horse matchup so much. It's not even like it's a top tier mon. It's a really good mon to be fair. But it's not like some S tier Pokemon or anything. I just keep choking against it. And I'm tired of it. So we'll take that. I think we're like, what, 3-1 today after that? I will certainly take that. We're going to go for Hurricane here. And I'm going to go for Max. What actually does more? I'm kind of curious. I think they both do the same. Then I'm going to go for Max Quake. I'm going to go for Max Rockfall just for the sand. Truthfully. Just because in the off chance this somehow lives the hit. It's going to take the sand chip. Battle was canceled. Beautiful. We're 3-1 for the night. I think this is another game I'm totally going to show, to be honest. This was actually such a fun game. Okay, so we're at, like, what, 59 minutes? I'm just going to edit my thing. 41 to 59 minutes. This is where I'm looking for games for so far. These were both two amazing games, in my opinion. Calcium, hell yeah. Let's check out the team, actually. This is a pretty cool team. I like the Calyrex set. I'm pretty sure this is standard Calyrex. If I'm not right on that, Randy, let me know. I'm pretty sure this is standard Calyrex, though. Groudon, I know this is standard besides, like, maybe Rock Tomb over Slide. I'm pretty sure this is the standard, though. And then I was running Tomb, I'm assuming just because it wasn't spread, Randy, if I'm correct on that. Yeah, let me know if I'm wrong. Instant, I know for a fact these usually run... okay, so it is AV. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they usually run Parting Shot unless they're AV. So again, I'm trying that. I'm shocked it wasn't running Snarl though, to be fair, because that's an easy way to pop policy. When Snarl's 2, right? Snarl's 2? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Snarl's. Okay, so they're this I know is like at least a standard-ish set on Venusaur. I'm kind of shocked they're running Impish though. That Impish is a weird calc. I'm timid. Okay, you know what? They're probably minting. They're probably minting. That's what it is. That's what it is. I forgot that nature mints were a thing for a second. And Alecki. This I know is pretty standard for Alecki, but maybe not Full Switch. I don't actually know if it runs Full Switch or not. Regardless, so and then Mimikyu, yeah, okay. So this looks like a standard-ish team, to be honest. I don't know for certain, but it looks standard-ish. At least for someone who doesn't have a grasp on the metagame, this looks like a standard team. Hell yeah, we're in Pokeball 6. 2 in a row, baby. Okay. One more and we can get into Great Ball. Another win puts us in Great Ball. And honestly, I would be so content with that. Might be a rental. I could see that being a rental, to be honest. It felt kind of rental-ish. Like, it just felt like something you would see, like some YouTuber use, in my opinion. And that's not a jab at the team or anything. There are a lot of good VGC YouTuber teams, unlike for singles, where a lot of people usually go for the meme. There are a lot of good VGC teams you can find on rentals. Kyogre Zacian again. Drizzle, Zacian, Crowned at Rusted Sword. I gotta keep remembering to put that in, because the last Zacian game we fought, I legitimately didn't know if, what Zacian's item was holding. Also, holy shit, Randy, you're right. This is basically a mirror. What the fuck? We could legitimately have a mirror here. There's 4 of the same mons. Zapdos, That one could actually, I don't know if that's actually, if they ever run pressure in this format. I don't even know if it's possible. I know BDSP it's not possible. I don't know if it's possible in this though. Rillaboom, G-Max, Crassy Surge, and Grim Snarl. Prankster. I'm gonna mark this as Prankster. I could have sworn there's another ability that's like a Frisk. Or I could have sworn that Frisk is like a thing, like quote unquote. I think I've seen it like once ever. And it might have just been someone not putting ability. I don't even know if it is a thing or not. It was like an older form. I could have sworn it was like a Series 3, I want to say. Grimace Scary Face. That would be super funny, actually. In terms of my team, Instant actually kind of... I know, Solgaleo actually rails their team, like, really, really badly. I'm gonna keep it in the back, though. I'm gonna go with Rillaboom plus Torn here. I'm gonna throw on Zapdos and Solgaleo, I think. I don't like Grim here, personally, and I don't like... Kyogre's not terrible, to be honest. But I feel like that I'd rather... I feel like Kyogre would be really good if I maxed it, but the fact that I think that I'm almost 100% certain I'm going to max Solgaleo here, I don't really want to bring Kyogre personally. If it was a max Kyogre, like if this was a max Kyogre game, I think that Kyogre could rail their team, but because of the fact I don't really feel confident in doing so, especially if they're a Scarf Kyogre for whatever reason, I think it could be end up being a pretty bad matchup. Let's see. What's with these Ange messages? Can these stop popping up in my chat? I beg you. Type legitimate words, at least if you're gonna shitpost in my chat or spam in my chat. I beg you. At least Randy. That's what I'm thinking it is. Just put my teams on rental just for other people to use. That's totally fair. I'm gonna probably put this one on rental. I think with this one I'm gonna start putting them on rental after like when the vids go up and edit in a rental code thing. Just because I can obviously put rental code included in the thumbnail, and I think that'll click better. There's a lot of things I want to try and redo with my marketing of this, but regardless, though, I'm gonna go for a fake out on the Grimmsnarl here, and I'm gonna go for Tailwind, and we're gonna see what happens here. I think this should be pretty good. I can obviously fake out the Solgaleo, the Zacian to be fair, and faking out the Zacian means that it's 100% gonna go off, because they could, I guess, go for Max Grim to be fair, go for like a Max Snooze or a Max Starfall, but I don't feel like it's super necessary because it's such a small reality. I almost said a grim reality if they do go for a Max, but that would have, one, not been what I meant, and two, would have been a terrible pun on words. Behemoth Blade here, that's actually fine. I don't mind this too much. They're gonna just barely miss out of the KO, which is actually amazing for us. I kind of want to preserve Rillaboom here, because unlike with something like, for example, unlike with something like Torrent, I actually do kind of want to keep this around. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna double into Zapdos, because we can also fish for static, which would be amazing. That way then when Tailwind runs out, we still have the speed control on that. And I think I'm going to go for Hurricane on the Grimmsnarl here. Because Hurricane and Grimmsnarl just... I don't really have a better play, and I don't want to double... Like, I don't want to double switch. Because if Grim does, for whatever reason, click Lariat, for whatever reason, and that and Behemoth Blade dual target, it's such an unlikely scenario, but I don't even want to risk with Solgaleo because it is such a good win con here. Hurricane's going to go off here, that's fine. Well, that's actually not a bad amount of damage, to be honest. And Behemoth Blade should do a good amount. Like, it should do an okay amount if it hits Torn, otherwise it's doing Jack. They actually do go for the Torn. Okay, well played. Takes the Torn here, which is honestly fine. Because this means I do get a really free Solgaleo turn here, actually. We still have 2 more turns of Tailwind, which is really nice. It's either 2 or 3, I forget which. I'm pretty sure it's 2. I want to say it's 2. It doesn't really matter at this point, to be honest. It'll matter more so next turn. But for this specific turn, it doesn't really make a difference. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the max... I'm going to go for Thunderbolt on the... I went for a Reflect. That's what I went for. I'm going to go for a Steel Spike on the... I kind of want to take out Grim, to be honest. Actually, no. I'm going to take out Solgaleo here. I'm going to take out the Zacian, is what I meant. I'm going to take out Zacian here. I'm going to get my defense boost as well, because that way then if Grim does attack me for whatever reason, unless it's clicking Sucker Punch, it should be after I get my defense boost. Zapdos plus Solgaleo actually should chew this core. So they're going to need to figure out whatever other core they're going to go into. Like, the best thing they could probably do with Zacian is Behemoth Blade. And for Grim, it's probably Lariat, I guess? I don't know. They're going to go into Instant here. That's actually perfectly fine. I don't mind that, because Intimidate's not going to work on Solgaleo. Which I'm not sure if they know by going for this double, but maybe they just went into it because it's a Fire Dark type, which is also pretty legitimately fair. We're going to get a defense piece as well, which is great. And I don't mind Zapdos actually getting faked out. It's really just here to sort of fish for parries at this point. So we've seen 3 of their pieces at this point, being Zacian, Incineroar, and Grim. My guess is their last mon is Rillaboom. I can't imagine a world where they did not bring Rillaboom for the potential Kyogre matchup. Maybe they went with Kyogre, to be fair, because it's really like their only... and I use it very, very loosely when I say this, their only soft check to Solgaleo. And that assumes no dark move on Grim. But it's a really good soft check at that. Seal Spike's gonna go off here though, and honestly, it should do some really good damage. Like, that's not terrible actually, and I could KO this with Rockfall next turn. Though I think I'm actually gonna go for Quake just for the Speed F boost. This should hopefully help out a bit more, and I can go for Rockfall when Kyogre does come in inevitably, if it does come. Okay, this is fine. This is actually really fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Quake. Incineroar. So, let's see. Yeah, Quake should take out. This is a really Fizz-Def Incineroar, actually, I think. I'm pretty sure this is Fizz-Def Incineroar. I'm like 80% sure on that. We're gonna go for Quake, though. We're gonna dual target. If they fake out Zapdos, is fine. I don't actually really mind that because they're fishing for static at that point, which is really useful for me. They have dual screens on Grimmsnarl right now. So, again, don't really mind that. If they go for T-Wave on Solgaleo, it's not the end of the world, to be completely honest. I don't mind getting parried. They're gonna go for Fake Out here. Perfectly fine. They're really just static fishing at that point. And we got the static anyway. That's beautiful. First turn. What am I? That's insane. Thunderwave. Okay, yeah. I don't mind the parry, to be completely honest. It's a bit annoying. It's more so just inconvenient than anything. So I'm just gonna flinch. Full parry. See, that's what's annoying. That part is really annoying. But just the parry in itself isn't really that bad. Also, I just realized it's because they have the Reflective. That's why we did Jack. So this isn't a Fizz-Def, so Incineroar. Okay, we're gonna go for Thunderbolt here on the Grimmsnarl slot, I think is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go for Quake again on the Incineroar. Now, if for some reason we don't get this turn off, that really sucks for us actually. I need to make sure though that I get some good damage off on Incineroar. Yeah, I don't need to KO, I just need the good damage off. I wanna try and ideally just get a hit. Spirit Break? Okay, that's fine. We know they're full set on Grim now at this point, so I'll take that. I don't mind the special attack drop either. Spirit Break, Reflect, Light Screen, and Thunder Wave. They're probably Light Clay. Incineroar has Fake Out guaranteed. What is its other moves? We're going to see this turn. We'll see a Parting Shot. That's fine that they're dropping on Zapdos. I actually could care less about that. And we might even figure out what their last move is. I gotta mark down moves. I kept on forgetting to do that. So, if nothing else, we have a Fizz-Def boost and a Speed F boost, which is really good. It's just really good in general, to be completely honest. Okay, so Zacian comes in here. Sadly, they're not gonna pop my policy, but it's really not a big concern. At this point, I just need to break the Grimmsnarl, which I think it can totally do that. I just need to break it before it gets screens up again. Specifically, Reflect. It's more that I care about. Which I think it can make work. So we're gonna go for a... How much do I do with Thunderbolt? Grimmsnarl. Let me see. I'm just gonna calc my Grimmsnarl here. Let's see. Grimmsnarl G Max versus Zapdos here, and we are currently -1 Zapdos. Thunderbolt might KO. Hurricane should guarantee. So I'm actually gonna go for the risk here. I think it's ultimately worth it personally, and then I'm gonna go for a Sunsteel on the Solgaleo on the Zacian, just because we have terrain weakening us, obviously, and the fact that it's also spread at this point would make Earthquake the weaker option in my opinion. Like, I can't imagine a world where it isn't. So Venus Blade goes off on the Solgaleo. It shouldn't do much. Yeah, we chew that pretty well actually, and yeah, that does like negligible damage. Okay, and Hurricane KO is beautiful. Yeah, I just say I should guarantee KO. Grim is gone. That's really good because it means that we're not going to lose our special attack anymore. Which, not that it was a huge concern, but it's still concerning to an extent. I'm at -2. Oh, well, then I'm really fucking glad I KO'd. I thought I was at -1. Okay, well, that does some okay damage, actually. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I don't know how they're going to break me. If they didn't bring... So if they didn't bring Kyogre specifically, I don't know how they break Zapdos, actually, at this point. I might be able to just stall him out with Zapdos. Like, even with the drops, I might be fine. Incineroar comes out. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't actually mind this at all. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go for Earthquake, and I'm going to go for Thunderbolt on the Zacian. Just mostly because of the fact that it's going to dual target them, and I get that obviously it's weaker because of spread, but at the same time, though, I can KO the Incineroar. There's no way in hell I do not with this. If they go for Fake Out, so be it. they'd probably have to fake out, like, the Solgaleo. And even still, I don't know how they're going to KO me. And they still risk para, too, to be fair. But yeah, if they go for the fake out, they're not attacking me with Instant. So I'm actually really glad about that. They go for Sword Dance here. Ooh, hoo, hoo, that's kind of scary. It's not too bad, to be fair, but it's, like, scary on paper. Because, to be fair, the only way it's really that big of a deal is if they go for, specifically, is if I get full paired. That's really the only way it's actually scary. Because they should have no way to KO me, unless they brought, like, Crunch or something. But if they went for Crunch, well played. I kind of still have to go for the Earthquake, though. So I'm going to go for this. Should it make a Hail Team? It really, I don't know enough about VGC. It must be Player Off. Yeah, I'm assuming it's Player Off as that last move. Player Off would be a really, like, it's kind of a no drawback move. My guess is Protect. Like, I don't actually... I know we saw SD and Behemoth Blade. I forget what, forget what we saw for the other thing. Sword Stance. I don't know if we saw a third move. I know we've seen at least Behemoth Blade and Sword Stance, though. That's what I have marked down now. Is that gonna go for Behemoth Blade here? It's fine. It shouldn't do a ton to Solgaleo, and they would need to get a full pair here for this to be bad. Because I should guarantee outpace the Incineroar. So as long as I get my Earthquake off, I'm actually really fine. Thunderbolt's gonna go off in the Zacian here. And that does some okay damage. It's nothing insane. We got parried. Fuck. That's actually super bad. Flare Blitz goes off. How did they get on? Oh, fucking hell. That's actually really bad. That's super fucking bad for us. Because now I can't, because even with this endgame now, I can't double from Zapdos. So, like, I get Incineroar is nearly dead. Which, actually, that's not too bad. But, it's not a good endgame. That's super annoying, though, if nothing else. I do still have an out, to be fair. I have an out. It's just not pretty. But it is my out nonetheless. So what I'm going to do here, we know that Incineroar is fake out and Parting Shot. I'm going to hope it's not Protect. And I'm going to go for a fake out here. Actually, no. I need to fake out the Zacian here. Because I can take out the Incineroar guaranteed at this point. And I need to make sure that they're limited down to 2 Pokemon too. Because if that Kyogre is last, I need to go for a Grassy Glide on it. Which I'm basically going to position my game now as if that is the case, so I can get the Grassy Glide off guaranteed. That's basically what I need to do. So I'm going to take out the Incineroar first, because that limits switching and it limits attack dropping from my Rillaboom here. So I'm going to play off of that. That is basically what I have to rely on at this point. And then I need to also Parafish on the Zacian too. That's another thing I need to do, 100%. They're going to withdraw Zacian actually at this point. That's also fine, because we now know the last Pokemon being Zapdos. It's Zapdos' last mon. That actually might suck. That was probably the worst thing for me that they could have doubled in at this point. They go for Keyberry. Oh, that's super fucking annoying. Okay, knowing this is what they have at this point, I might actually be kind of screwed. Not like severely, but I'm kind of screwed. I need to basically crit. That's basically what I need to go for. I need to crit with Zapdos. Which, at this point, I'm not going to act like I don't feel like I deserve it. But it's what I need to do to win. So, let's see. What can I do? So they're going to get the Intrepid Sword off. Luckily, they're only +1 instead of +3 now, which is really good for us. Let me see. So my Zapdos versus their Zacian Crowned. Behemoth Blade. Oh, that does a lot of fucking damage. Oh. We're -2 as well with Thunderbolt. That's gonna do jack. We might lose this turn. What I need to do, I need to definitely go for... I can't even really successfully go for Roost, because if they dual target me, I'm kind of fucked. I'm gonna go for Thunder... No, I really need to go... I'm gonna go for Thunderbolt on Zacian, and I'm gonna go for Grassy Glide on Zacian. I'm just gonna hope that I can crit it. If I can crit it, should be able to take it out, actually. So I'm just gonna hope for the best. They're going to go for Max Zapdos. I think that's game. I'm almost certain that's game there. I don't know a world where I can take on both. Oh, that's so fucking... I think I had that. I'm almost certain I had that with Solgaleo at this point, if I just didn't get full parrot. Because I could have taken out both Zacian and... I mean, to be fair, it might have still been gray. I'm not going to act like it was confirmed. But I definitely need Zacian gone, 100%. I need Zacian gone to win. Play off miss. Get full parried? They crit. No, they didn't crit. Okay. They got parried at least. That wasn't a crit. Yeah, no. Okay, so they were just adamant. To be fair, it was still a roll, but I'm pretty sure it was in their favor. And I think that, like, they obviously won at this point. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate.
well played of my opponent. Obviously, I mean, hacks happens, to be fair. I think the whole sort of way the game went was kind of banking on hacks for one of us. So I'm not going to act like, you know, it wasn't their, like, they didn't play to their win con. They totally did. So, good job to my opponent. These games just happen. We're 3-2 for the night. Their team was still pretty good, to be fair. And again, I don't know, even in a clean game, I don't know if I won. It just definitively made them win, is all. So, it is what it is. I'm not too upset by it. Obviously, it stung in the moment. But I think in hindsight, it was definitely a still fairly ambiguous game because they brought Zapdos. If they brought Kyogre, that would have mattered a fuck ton. That would have been super bad for us. But because they brought the Zapdos instead, I think it was fairly up in the air. Anyway, let's continue on. You're considering signing up for the International Championship? International Championship's closed already. That's why I didn't end up... that's why the title of this is quite literally, I forgot to sign up for the VGC 2022 International Championship. An International Challenge. Because I just forgot to sign up. Which is unfortunate. But I missed the sign-up window by 45 minutes. So, that's completely on me. I thought it ran off of EST, but it's my fault for thinking the world runs around my time zone. When it runs around the European time zone. Because it's the universal time clock. Or whatever it is. So I should have just assumed that, to be honest. It's literally called Universal Time whatever. I think it's, like, what does UTC stand for? It's something like... What does it mean for? Coordinated Universal Time. See, like, it literally is universal in the name. I should have just assumed off of that. But I definitely got a bit cocky when I was trying to both register well. I should have tried to register first and then, like, push off the upload an hour. That would have been the smarter play, but it is what it is. Anyway, they brought a Sun team. They really brought a Sun team. This is a Series 1 team, 100%, by the way. 100%. But let's see. So, Ninetales, Groudon, Charizard, G-Max, Venusaur, G-Max, Zapdos, and Milotic. So, weirdly enough, Milotic, if it's Flameorb, actually could be a little bit annoying for Solgaleo. It's just one of those really, like, niche mods that happens to kind of really sponge it. What do I want to do? I definitely want to bring Rillaboom. I don't want to lead Rillaboom, though. I want to lead off with... I'm going to with Zapdos Rillaboom, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud. Zapdos Rillaboom, I think I might bench Solgaleo here, actually, weirdly enough. Because if Charizard gets Speed Boost off, that could be pretty bad for it. And I want to actually backseat... Weirdly enough, I want to backseat Tornogre and hope that I can late game with it. I think that could be pretty good. Because if I can kill the Groudon first, and also the Ninetales, I guess, by extension, but if I can kill the Sun Pokemon first, I think I could win with Kyogre Torn very easily. So I'm gonna really hope for that. I'm gonna really hope for that. I think we can make it work. I think we just need to make it late game is all, which I think we could totally do. I'm probably gonna max Kyogre this game. I think Kyogre's a really good max. They're leading off with Groudon and Zard. Okay, this is actually pretty fine for us. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go for Area Impulse on the Zard, and I'm gonna go for... How much does Grassy Cloud do? I mean, to be honest, I don't really need Rillaboom for much. So, let me check, actually. Is this a worthwhile play to do? I feel like it is, personally. Rillaboom versus Groudon. How much does Groudon take from Grassy Cloud? So, Groudon actually takes a lot from Grassy Cloud. So, I think I'm just gonna naturally bring it in later, and I'm gonna hope for the speed tie here, which I think is very possible. So we're gonna go for Grassy Cloud and Groudon. What I think the best Pokemon is, I think it's probably Kyogre. It's probably Kyogre, personally. I think Kyogre's kind of a menace. If not Kyogre, then Zacian, but I think it's Kyogre, personally. Anyway. So you're going for the G-Max Zard. Makes total sense. This was a pretty telegraphed play. You don't bring Zard unless you're G-Maxing it, unless you're a moron like myself who forgets that. And I will admit I've done that once on the ladder for Showdown. I don't think I've done it in Battlespot. I tried to actually specifically tell myself before every game, do not do that. It is Battlespot. I will get laughed at if I do it in the Road to Rank comments. But I won't act like I didn't do it on ladder. I 100% did it on ladder. Take the hit. Fuck. Oh, if only we won the speed tie. You think it's Zacian? Zacian, honestly, if someone told me they thought Zacian was the best, I think it's a totally fair play. Like, it's legit. It's a really good Pokemon. It's my personal second. I think it's Kyogre by some margin just because Zacian's a solo player. It's 100% a solo player. You bring Zacian as his own Pokemon. With Kyogre, though, it enables a lot of other Pokemon. Like, for example, it makes Torn really obnoxious. It makes Rain Sweepers in general really obnoxious. Like, I guess, well, I don't know do people actually run Rain Sweepers anymore? I feel like people don't. I feel like people really don't do that anymore. But in general, I mean, it does definitely help a lot with enabling stuff. So we're gonna go for Kyogre here. I'm gonna go for Max Kyogre here. And I'm gonna go for Max Geyser on the Charizard slot. And I'm gonna go for Grassy Glide. Actually, I'm gonna go for Grassy Glide on the Groudon slot. In the off chance they say it. Now, to be fair, they can obviously go for a double here. And I'm fine. They didn't. I don't think they double here. Because switches go before Max. I'm almost certain switches go before Max. Yeah, it switches Max, Protect, priority moves that are not Protect. Then, I think Helping Hand is the only one that is before Protect, if I remember correctly. Point is I'm pretty sure switching goes before. I'm almost certain switching goes before. That means they didn't switch Groudon, which means that it should fold here unless they click Protect. They went for Protect. Okay, that's fine. Switches before Max. Okay, I'm glad I got the priority order right. You learned that like 2 days ago from Showdown. Did you really, Randy? That's kind of sad. I mean, to be fair, I'm assuming you probably play mostly on Showdown, but it's still kind of sad. They go for Airstream here. That's fine. Not a huge deal. As long as I can take out the Zard, I'm perfectly fine with this turn, actually. Zard is the only one I need to go down here for me to feel content. Because even if I had Venusaur, I still got a free Hail turn. Because I can go for Tailwind, and I can outpace it. So, come on. Come on, take out the Zard. Hell yeah, we took out the Zard. Runs Zacian with Torn all the time. It's totally fair. Honestly, again, there's a lot of good options. I think the biggest thing, though, is that Torn Ogre is such a disgusting pairing. Because Torn obviously gets Rain enabling Hurricane guarantee accurate, which is great for helping with stuff like Religion matchups, for example. So there's a lot of benefit, I think, in my opinion. That killed 4 Zards. I genuinely didn't know. Leave me alone. I don't know calcs for Dynamax Pokemon. They're kind of scary. They're not my forte, Randy. I'm a singles player. They go for Ninetales here. That's honestly not a big concern. Because Ninetales, there shouldn't be anything Ninetales can click that stops me from clicking Max. So I'm really fine with this, actually. There shouldn't be anything that they could do. I'm gonna go for Max on the Ninetales, just because Groudon's kind of... Actually, no. I'm gonna go for Max on the Groudon, because I think that Ninetales is clicking Solar Beam here. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go for Tailwind here to get the speed boost. If they don't do that, that's perfectly fine. That is specifically why I'm clicking it, Randy, in the order that I'm doing it in. But I think that's what they're going for. I think that's what they're going for. The Grassy Terrain boosted Solar Beam. Because that would probably... Would it really? I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like it totally wouldn't. But I'm specifically doing it this way because I feel like I want to try and make the Ninetales just fodder for a turn. Because I feel like that opens up a lot of opportunity there. And also now that the Sun is gone, because they cannot double, they would have to click manually Sunny Day here, actually. Hypnosis. They hit that? What the fuck? That's so bullshit. That is so bullshit. Oh my god, it's 55% accuracy and they hit that. Fucking hell. I get that they're probably like wide lens or some shit, but that's fucking awful. Oh my god, there's no way in hell. There's no way they hit that. Okay. Venusaur's the last one. Okay. I'm KOing the fucking Venusaur. I feel like they might be Cobra Berry, but I genuinely don't care if they're Cobra Berry. Like, if they're Cobra Berry, so be it. They're not doing Jack, actually. They're not doing Jack to my team. I almost clicked Run in an accident. I'm gonna go for Geyser on the Ninetales. And I'm gonna go for Hurricane on the Venusaur. We guarantee outpace, so it's not a matter of if they're gonna get the Sun off before. They would have to get the Sun off, like, this turn on Ninetales and click Protect on Venusaur. That's the only way they get it off. Are they actually gonna fucking do that? I wish I clicked Taunt. Don't go for it. Come on, don't. First turn wake up, Kyle. Come on, first turn wake up. No, that's so annoying. Oh, they're for Hypnosis. That's fucking right, you're gonna miss. You're gonna fucking miss, you piece of shit, Mon. I don't like this Pokemon. This Pokemon is no longer fun for me. Kyogre's gonna lose his Max this turn, but honestly it's not a big deal because they didn't click Sunny Day here. If they clicked Sunny Day this turn, that could have actually been pretty scary. Because it would have lowered Torn's accuracy. They could have actually gotten out with Venusaur at that point. But the fact that they clicked that is actually so good for me. I'm going to click Water Spout here. And I'm going to click Hurricane. They kind of choked that, I think, in my opinion. If they had Sunny Day, like, they choked that if they clicked Raw Sunny Day. Well, they had Raw Sunny Day. So, I don't really care about the spread move, Randy, I'll be honest. It's not bad for me, obviously, to have the spread move, but I think, personally, I would have loved to just KO. If I can KO the Ninetales to stop Sunny Day from going off manually. Because I feel like there's no way they have Ninetales on this team without raw Sunny Day. Like, it's probably Hypnosis, Sunny Day, Weather Ball, Filler. Like, a Solar Beam probably, or Protect. I feel like it's probably the set, if I had to guess. Heat Wave also is probably an option over Weather Ball, to be fair, but I feel like Weather Ball is just a really good option to not kind of cuck yourself with rain matchups. When Hurricane's going off, don't be Koba. It is not Koba Berry. That Venusaur's out of here. Okay, so then, yeah, I think they lose. They probably lose at this point, right? They lose? I mean, they lose if they fucking... Heat Wave. Okay, yeah. So they are Heat Wave. Okay. I'm kind of curious whether or not Sunny Day. I feel like that would be pretty good on Ninetales. Like, just because of all the maxing and all that, you know, they could have timed that really well. And honestly, if they clicked Heat Wave that turn, I think I lost. Like, I genuinely do think I lost that game. But at this point, I think I won. Like, I guarantee won the game. Because they can't beat me with just Ninetales. They did negligible damage. Even if they hit their Hypnosis 100% of the time, they can only hit them for so long and guarantee so many third-turn wake-ups. And even still, I don't even know if they have the PP to beat me, if I'm going to be completely honest with that. I don't think they have PP to beat me. At least not with damaging moves. Maybe they do, but they would need to be, like... They would literally need to, like, guarantee third turns, like, every single time. And, like, a Hurricane misses. Which doesn't happen in the rain. Like, they would need to stall that rain a lot, too. So many things would need to go wrong here. Which, at that point, if they really did, I would end the stream at that point, I'll be completely honest. So, yeah. The fact they don't have Sunny Day sucks for them so bad. But shit, they guaranteed the third turn on Kyogre, so anything's possible, I guess. Maybe I need to stop doubting what my opponents can do. Clearly, they can do anything. This is fucking Disney World. Okay. Well, Touring does guarantee the KO here. But I'm gonna cheese it. I'm gonna go with Kyogre, because Kyogre guarantees the wake up here. So I'm gonna go for Tailwind, then I'm gonna let Kyogre get the KO. Just because I think it's funnier. I just think it's funnier to do it this way. By the way, as good of a game as this was, I'm gonna try and leave out the games where Solgaleo doesn't even come. Because it's meant to be a Solgaleo feature. So, this was a fun game, but I'm going to leave off from the recording just because I want to showcase Solgaleo, even if it does terrible. I want to at least show it in the matches that it appears to. Because we're picking out, like, what, 3 or 4 games out of, like, we've already done, I think, 6 or 7 at this point. So, clearly I have the luxury of doing that at this point. It's not a matter of, you know, cherry picking. I just want to show off games where Solgaleo at least comes to the matchup. Okay, we'll take that. I think we're like, what, 6-2 for the night? Pretty sure we're 6-2 or 5-2, I forget which. But it's still pretty good. Okay. We'll try and get a win. Ooh, Yveltal. Fun. Lottie, I didn't actually... There's no way... That's a standard thing, right? Like, there's no way. Zacian, Crown, Intrepid Sword. Yveltal... Dark Aura, Regieleki, Transistor, Landorus T, Intimidate, Latias, Levitate, and Indeedee. I'm assuming that's Psychic Surge. This is definitely female. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, so their team kind of struggles with Solgaleo. With like a Solgaleo lead plus a Tornadus lead actually could be really good here. In terms of my back Pokemon though, I think I want to go with... I mean, Grim can actually be pretty good. Grim could be really good for Yveltal. And then I think lastly I'm going to bring Kyogre because they don't actually have a water resist besides Lottie. Which is kind of funny. It's super funny actually, I'm not going to lie. Zapdos could be pretty good in that slot too actually. Now I'm saying it out loud. This is kind of a gray area. I think I'm going to go with Kyogre, though. I'm going to trust my gut on this one. The fact they don't have a water switch in on this team besides Lottie is actually really fucking funny. They kind of have to bring Lottie or they get mauled by Kyogre. So I'll take that. I think I'm just going to turn one Tailwind, and I might even just turn one Max on this team. I think this is one of those teams where I could totally do that. 100%. I just needed to double check the Yveltal calc. That's a big thing. And it's only if they lead Yveltal. Otherwise, I'm just going to go for it. So they do lead off with Yveltal. Okay. So let me double check here really quickly. So Galio versus Yveltal. So I'm going to double check both. One, if we are maxed. So Max Rockfall does not KO. Ugh, that's really bad. That's such a bad calc actually. But Dark Pulse. Modest. Oh, that does jack to me. To put it in perspective, Dark Pulse peaks at 77%. And that might not even max too, to be fair. Okay, I feel confident in doing this. So we're going to go for Max Rockfall on this. And I'm going to go for a Tailwind this turn to boost my speed. That should still be fine. I don't mind taking the combo hit for so they are a Veltal. They're going to go for max on that. That's fine. That, on the bright side, that means they're not going for Tailwind here, which I will certainly take. At worst, they're going for Airstream, which I should still outpace that. I won't outpace a Lucky, to be fair, but I'll outpace at least outpace this. And then I can go for a max guard. For the Lucky, if I'm really concerned about it that turn. My guess is those are going to take out Torn, just to clear my Tailwind piece. But maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. To be fair, Solgaleo is actually kind of a menace against their team. Maybe I should have went for max guard here in this turn, to be fair. But hindsight's 2020. I'll get the. Oh, you know what? Wait. So, I think I might have actually choked this bit because. Nope. Never mind. I take it back. Because they're getting the speed boost with Airstream. Then that means they're gonna go for Volt. They're really gonna go for Volt Switch here. I'll take that. That's actually super fucking good for me. That quite literally, I think, was the worst possible play they could have made. At least, maybe not without information, but knowing what I know about my team, that's the worst possible play I think they could have made. If this weakest policy of Veltal Randy, then they deserve to win. They clear at that point. Psychic Surge, it's fine. I don't really care about Psychic Surge, actually. Because I can still, even if they pop my weakest policy, I'm really not too concerned with it. So there's Psychic Seed here. It's fine. It's Spit F boosting. At Psychic Seed. There, Regieleki's Volt Switch. That's really fucking fat. Oh my god. I don't think it's weakest policy, though. So I'll take that. Oh wait, no. That's just standard calc. What am I saying? That's not bulky at all. Darkness goes off, and we're gonna guarantee our pace. What the fuck did they crit me? That was I was gonna say, because life orb modest at best, like max rolls that. That's so fucking annoying though. Like if they're not life orb, they could not have KO'd me there. Oh, that's so ass. They are life orb. Okay, so if they're life orb modest, they could have max rolled me there, or like near max rolled me there. But I think it was like a 12% chance to KO me. 6.3. So they had to have max rolled then. That's so fucking ass. I think I might lose because of that. I think I might legitimately lose because of that. I don't know what I do against that Veltal now because of that play. Like, I get I have Grim, to be fair, and I'm gonna go for Light Screen just because it helps as much as humanly possible. That's legitimately so fucking terrible. I think it's a done game. This might be a done game. Oh, I think I quite literally won with Solgaleo if that didn't happen. So without a crit, even if that was modest life orb, I still had enough HP to where I could have probably taken the Indeedee hit next turn. So even if, we'll give it like what, like 4. We'll say it did like 460. So that's 18 HP left. I feel like Indeedee doesn't do that much. Like I get it has Psychic Surge, but like there's no way in hell it does that much. It could have. So yeah, defensive Indeedee actually guaranteed the KO there. Okay. Well, I still traded at that point. Didn't Ogre take it out of that range? I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Kyogre versus Veltal. Veltal being Dynamax. Yeah, Kyogre didn't come close to KOing at that point. It was 2 at KOing at that point, sure, but it was not KOing. We're gonna go for Spirit Break here, and I'm gonna go for another Hurricane on this. I'm just really gonna hope. I just need the chip. So now it's in Kyogre range, but it's 100% over at this point. Because I'm just not gonna have the health to take this on. Like that's my concern, is I'm not gonna have the health to take this on. And even still, they're gonna KO Torn this turn, guaranteed. Expanding Force, yep, okay, so Torn is guaranteed taken out. Yeah, no, that's so fucking close. Because at worst, I guarantee could have traded a Veltal, which trading a Veltal was huge. That was all I really cared about doing with that, to be completely honest. Like I'm trading it now, but I had to give up my entire fucking team to do so. My Grim is nearly dead. I lost 2 Pokemon just to take it out when I could have just traded the Solgaleo at that point in a worst case scenario. Which even then, indeed, he had to also click Spinning Force there. Which if it did, so be it. I didn't really care too much about it because I still had Grim and a mostly health Torn and also Kyogre in the back, which was so much better for me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. No, this definitely isn't a... Oh, you know what? No, I'm calculating Spidef. What am I saying? I'm calculating Spidef about that. I forgot. Okay, yep. Yep, nope, that was a roll. I forgot. I mean, even still, like, even with Ogre... Maybe I do have the out, then. Maybe I do have the out. Depends on if that's Sash or Lecky or not. That's what it's gonna come down to, I think. We're gonna have to hope and see. We're gonna have to hope and see here. Don't go for Protect, don't go for Protect, don't go for Protect. No, I think I might have choked, to be honest, thinking about it like that, because no, I definitely did the wrong calc. I mean, that's fine. Water Spat's still gonna massacre both of these. This is Scarf Lecky. That's... Okay, I think they might have won that anyway, I'll be honest. Well, yeah, I think they might have won that anyway, being Scarf Lecky. There's not much I could do about that. Unless my Tailwind went out. Well, I don't think Tailwind went out until... Like, I think Tailwind goes out this turn, right? Tailwind goes... Yeah, Tailwind... So that's Scarf Lecky. Yeah, there's not much I could do about that. Scarf Lecky, I think, might have just won that anyway, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, it's unfortunate. It definitely made... I think the crit took away my chance at winning, but I think Scarf Lecky guarantee won that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. I outpaced Lion after, Okay, yeah. No, I think that game was over. I'll be honest. I think they just... I think Scarf Lecky definitely won the game anyway. Okay. This is a bit unfortunate, but I'm not gonna act... Like, I think 100%. I think 100% that definitely... It just made things a bit harder was all, but I think they definitely had that regardless. It's unfortunate. But we're gonna try and get one more game in, I think. We're gonna get one more game in. When I lose, I'm gonna end off after this game. Just because if I lose, I don't want to tilt too much. And if I win, I'm gonna end off on a high note. Because we've been going for about an hour 40. Hopefully, the only exception will be if this is like a completely unbringable game for Solgaleo. They also have Ogre Solgaleo. What the fuck? So I know what it does at least. But it won't catch me off. There's another fucking mirror. Let's see. What do I want to do? I mean, Zapdos is really good against their team. I think I'm gonna lead off with Grim Zapdos actually. I think Grim Zapdos could be a pretty good lead here. And I'm gonna bring Ogre and Solgaleo in the back. I don't know if like again having Torn would be great to match their speed. I feel like though that ultimately I would prefer not having Torn here. Well, no, that's all. That's a lie. I think I'd prefer benching Kyogre here for Torn. Or maybe I bench Solgaleo here. I don't know. I kind of want Zapdos to the very least, nothing else. No, I'm going to bench Zapdos. What am I saying? I'm going to bench Zapdos here. I'm going to go with Grim Torn as my lead. I'm going to put on Solgaleo and I'm going to put on Kyogre. And I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to commit to. So this will be the final game of the night. Let me really quickly mark down because I forgot to mark down. Let's see. Kyogre. They have Solgaleo. Let me see. They have... Ooh, they literally even a clone of me. What the fuck? That's kind of funny. They're like my evil clone. Urshifu. Single. Unseen Fist. Tornadus. And then what was that last one? I forget. It's okay. We'll make it work. We're gonna go for a... We're gonna go for a Spirit Break on the Urshifu. And I'm gonna go for a Tailwind here. Just in general. The fact that they're single check Urshifu is honestly a little bit better for me. They're gonna go for check, that's fine. I don't mind this too much. They're gonna go for taunt. Okay, so they outpace our Torn. It's kind of unfortunate. I kinda wish I taunted the Torn. Okay. So that really sucks. Our Torn the max speed, right? Like this wasn't Yeah, so they want a speed tie. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a Spirit Break here. I'm gonna go for a Hurricane. No, I'm gonna go for Brutal Swing just to guarantee break the Sash. In case it is a Sash or Shifu, I'm gonna break that. I don't mind taking the Brutal Swing with Grim. We're gonna obviously 4 times resist it, so it's not a big concern. I just want to break the Sash if it's Sash or Shifu. That's really all I care about. What was the last Pokemon again? Oh, right, it was Rillaboom. Rillaboom. Let's buy it. Okay. Rillaboom, G-Max, Grassy Surge. Okay. So they're gonna switch out here. Perfectly fine. They're gonna go into Solgaleo. Okay, I don't mind. Oh, fuck. Well, that's what we call unfortunate. That's policy popping right there. Yep. Weakness policy. Unfortunate. Okay. Hurricane goes off. Okay, so that's an L. It's kind of an L. I'm gonna go for T-Wave on Solgaleo at least just to try and slow it down to something else. But this might be a wash. I can go for Reflect too to try and lower the attack, but I think truthfully it'd be better to go for the Thunder Wave just to try and, because we could para bullshit this if nothing else. I'll go for Brutal Swing again just because, I mean, if I get the para off, at the very least I can get this off first, get more chip on Solgaleo, and that is something at least. That is something I can do. It is not a lot, but it is something I can do. And I don't really think that doubling is in my best interest here. So, yep, they're going for Dynamax and Solgaleo. Okay. So that means at the very least the G-Max, Rillaboom, and G-Max Urshifu are not going to max this turn. Okay. So you've seen Urshifu, Torn, and Solgaleo at the very least. So that means that one Kyogre, Lando, and Rillaboom have not come. And honestly, if it's Lando and Kyogre in the back, I'm perfectly fine with that. Hit, 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 hit. Let's go. Okay, okay, so we got the Thunder Wave off at the very least. I'm assuming this is probably someone who hasn't played in a while or maybe just forgot Prankster mechanics, but that's really good for us either way. Super Effect and Solgaleo, come on, come on, come on. Mindstorm. So they're Mindstorm. Interesting. That's a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. The fact that they killed Torn, honestly, I mean, Torn was kind of fodder at this point, considering I couldn't really go for a Tailwind. Alright. Let's see, so they're Taunt. And then this has Zen Headbutt. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my own Solgaleo here, and I think I'm gonna go for Max Quake. I think Max Quake is probably my best play here. And I'm gonna go for Reflect on Solgaleo. So we'll go for Reflect here. I'm gonna go for Max Quake. Because we can obviously, we can potentially outpace this. At worst, you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna get the Reflect off at least guaranteed. Because they don't really have a way to stop that. Which, that itself is really useful in my opinion. Just getting the Reflect off. Because that should hopefully lessen the damage that the weakness policy will have on us. And if we full parry the Solgaleo, then I think we basically just win with ours. But it's gonna really come down to that, I think, in the end. Which, I'm fine with it coming down to that, personally. I'm not above it. Okay. So they go for Tailwind this turn, that's fine. That just puts them on equal playing field speed-wise with us, assuming that they're the same speed group as us. Which, to be fair, that'd be kind of wild if they're the same speed group. But it'd be pretty funny. Because we hit 126. So maybe they just outpace us anyway. They don't outpace us. At worst, at best, it's a speed tie for them, which is good information. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the notes. At best, speed tie our Solgaleo. They're gonna go for Steel Spike. Okay. I'm fine with this as well. They're gonna get a Fizz Def boost, sure. But I'm perfectly content with this. I'm actually super content with this. Like, absurdly content. Because if they're gonna go for Sunsteel, do they have a move to hit us? I'm kind of unsure actually if they have a move to hit us. But this is really good actually because Kyogre also guarantee outpaces this. Sure they'll get a Hurricane off, but the Hurricane's like the best they could do. We might actually still be fine. If they didn't bring Rillaboom, we might actually still be fine. If they benched Rillaboom Kyogre, I doubt they did, but if they did, that would be kind of amazing. We'll go for Spout and we'll go for Steel Spike as well on Torn. Just to guarantee take out the Torn. Because I think a Torn personally is like slightly more annoying. I use that very loosely. Because obviously Solgaleo's parried, it's going to take on the... It's going to take out the rain boosted water spout anyway. I get that confused. That's the second confused I've gotten. That's actually kind of amazing. Let's see. I just need it to not hit itself. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a huge deal either. Torn is gone. That is really good for us. And the Steel Spike should boost Kyogre if there's nothing else, which is useful if Solgaleo... if Rillaboom is, for some reason, going for... if it is one of the mons, which, to be fair, I would totally get it. They have, like, obviously, we have Kyogre. We're both Kyogre users. We know how scary it is. If they brought Rillaboom, I would not be shocked at all. But I will definitely take it if they didn't. I will 100% take it if they didn't. We've cleared Solgaleo at this point as well, which is great. We know their Urshifu is one of the Pokemon, but what is the other one? Let's see. So it's Urshifu and what is the other one? Rillaboom. Okay. So Urshifu, Rillaboom. So that means no Kyogre, no Landorus. So that's a bit terrifying, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously Urshifu's gonna get the crit, but at the very least, we're at full HP. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go for a Protect on Kyogre. I think it's... Oh, you know what? So they could go for the Kyogre here with Wicked. Well, honestly, if they go for Kyogre with Urshifu, that's the least of my concerns. I'm gonna go for Steel Spike on the Urshifu, just in case this is Tantrum Rillaboom. I doubt it is, but just in case it is, come on, hit the Protect, hit the Protect, hit the Protect. We get the Protect. Let's go. Okay, so they have to be targeting. They have to dual target basically. Well, they have to at least target with Urshifu. So Grassy Glide is gonna get protected against. Fine with this. I should have targeted the Rillaboom. They're gonna at the very. Well, actually, this isn't that big of a deal actually, to be fair. Because they're popping my policy, so unless they're Sash, we're set here. Okay. Steel Spike goes off. Don't be Sash, don't be Sash, don't be Sash. I need this to not be Sash, otherwise I think I choked. They're Sash. I think I might have choked. Well, to be fair, I lost Kyogre anyway at this point. I think I choked by not targeting, I think I'm more so choked, if anything, by not targeting Rillaboom. 4+2 defense now in Kyogre, to be fair. Do we take that hit, actually, from Rillaboom? So, Rillaboom. We actually take the hit, which is kind of shocking, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go for Ice Beam. Well, no, we don't take the hit. Never mind. What am I saying? We don't take the hit. I'm gonna go for Origin Pulse. And I'm gonna go for Sun Steel. Oh, I really wish I went for a dual attack. They went for an attack. Oh, they bailed me so hard here. I think they really bailed me here. That didn't do shit, by the way. What the fuck? That did nothing. Come on, come on, come on. I need to just take out the Rillaboom this turn. Oh, I'm pretty sure I attacked the Rillaboom, right? I attacked Rillaboom. If I attacked Rillaboom, I think I won. I think I won. They fucking threw. Oh my fuck. I'm trying really hard to not scream, because I want to be a bit more considerate to my sister who's trying to sleep right now. But they fucking threw. They so fucking threw that game. What the fuck? They could not have choked that game harder. Oh my fucking god. I think I won because of that. They fucking choked so hard. This is 100% the last game of the recording, by the way. It's like, what, 138? 138, I think, is the timestamp. Oh my fucking god. That is amazing. I'm gonna go for Ice Beam, and I'm gonna go for Sun Steel. They guaranteed died to one of them. They fucking threw out their ass. Okay, yeah. Roughly 138 to end. I don't fucking care. This is game number 3, 100%. Holy shit. That is such a joke. If I hit myself in confusion, I'm done. I'll cancel tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's stream is fucking canceled, guys. That's so fucking ass. That's so fucking ass. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is one of those things. Bad players get rewarded, etc. I try to be very not salty in the other games. But, like, bad players get rewarded. What can I say? There is no fucking reason. That's 100% of bad. That was 100% just bad players getting rewarded. I'm gonna get put down to Great Ball 5 because of it. Yeah, no, that's fucking horseshit. That's so fucking horseshit. I don't care what anyone says. The other games, sure, they were outs. They were outs. But that was 100% a bad player just getting fucking rewarded. That was so fucking ass. I'm ending this stream here. Not even gonna outro. Bye, guys.